What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with some juicy Destiny 2 Season 18 news, and there's some pretty interesting secrets and content discussion for the video today. Firstly, we're going to talk about new catalysts, as well as a hidden exotic weapon and the raid exotic perks. There are also several bugs and a couple of disabled exotics already this season. Plus we're going to talk about some new secret puzzle and riddle quests. Those come with hidden buried treasure tokens, and there also appears to be a secret vendor in the database for the future, with some curious upgrades and more. Plenty of interesting stuff to round up in the video today guys. As always, if you enjoy this one, be sure to get subscribed to the channel and I'll keep you posted with more content. But otherwise, let's get into it. Gonna be a mixed bag of content in the video today. The first thing I wanted to touch on is a new exotic catalyst drop-in, and this is for Thunderlord, so this one's dropping in playlist activities. Plenty of people getting them from strikes and nightfalls. As always, the catalyst will require upgrading once you earn it, but the Thunderlord catalyst bonus allows causing a lightning strike with the weapon to reload the magazine from reserves. Actually sounds pretty good right there if you're after some Thunderlord continuous fire. The other exotic that a lot of players are interested in is for the returning King's Fall raid. Minor spoiler alert is necessary, although Bungie did reveal this in the trailer, and of course Touch of Malice is returning. It's hidden in the game at the moment, so you can't view it in collections, but there is an exotic ornament, which definitely looks pretty cool, and the exotic bonuses are visible on light.gg, so Touch of Malice is the basic intrinsic bonus, and the final round in the magazine deals bonus damage, drawing from the wielder's life force, and then regenerates itself, and rapidly defeating 3 targets will restore health. Plus it gets charged with Blight, and precision hits will drain combatants' life force and charge up a ball of darkness. And then by activating the alternate weapon action, we can fire to unleash the Blight projectile, shrouding combatants in darkness and temporarily blinding them. So Bungie have mixed up how the Touch of Malice bonuses work. We've got the element of getting bonus damage on the final round, and that will still take our health away, but by rapidly defeating targets, we're going to get health restored. And then there is the new Blight functionality for the weapon as well, so elements of the original weapon, but potentially a fairly different experience, at least in terms of the perks there. Very much looking forward to see how we'll earn that. Also, when we look in the Legends raid triumphs, we can see the day 1 emblem for the raid, and this is via the Regicide triumph. There's a really cool emblem right there with a kind of taken blight and various hive rune markings. Another random thing on the subject of the Dreadnought, but there is a reprised Crucible map this season, which is Cathedral of Dusk on the Dreadnought, so be sure to look out for that one when you dive into PvP. Some random curious items right here in the Elixni Quarter. Initially, next to the spider, there is a jukebox, basically the old tower jukebox, so be sure to drop some tasty tunes for Spider next time you visit him. And speaking of parties, there's a rather curious bus in the Elixni Quarter here as well. And those of you who know Fortnite will see the resemblance right there to the party bus. That is of course on top of the various cosmetics in both games, which are now available. But here let's get on to some quick notices and warnings from Bungie. Initially, they said due to an issue, they've disabled the Icefall Mantle Titan exotic gauntlets. I believe that was causing a new Infinite Super issue, so we can't use it for the moment. And additionally, they say, as the first day of the season begins, they want players to be aware of certain information and issues. So firstly, the new Point Contact Cannon Brace Titan exotic has been temporarily disabled. That literally hasn't been used by anybody yet. And even when it drops, we won't be able to use it until Bungie offer a further update due to some kind of an issue. They also say that players who acquire the Under One Banner crew upgrade will not earn bonus treasure coordinates when in a fire team of other players who own the Season of Plunder Season Pass. And also in Catch Crash, the Security Optic health bar may disappear or display inaccurate health if damaged too quickly. And then the Vow of the Disciple raid doesn't successfully reset its completion at the weekly reset, preventing players from earning new rewards in the next week. So basically the reset isn't going to happen correctly on that raid, at least this week. And then the Quicksilver Storm exotic auto rifle has no weapon icon when equipped. That's the new pre-order bonus for Lightfall. And finally, the Cry Mutiny heavy grenade launcher incorrectly appears in the special grenade launcher section of player collections. And they add on the subject of season vendor related stuff that players who can't acquire Umbral Energy from the season pass must complete the Salvage and Salvation quest in the Helm, speak to Spider, and then complete the Ahoy and Away quest before visiting the star chart in the Helm and acquiring the Sales of the Ship Stealer and Captain's Atlas quests. So be sure to bear that in mind if you've had that issue. Apparently also at the moment, heavy grenade launchers, with the exception of Parasite, are bugged and doing a ridiculous amount of damage. So in the next few hours, before Bungie go ahead and try and make a change to that, it might be worth pulling out some of those heavy GLs and giving them a go. Let's finish here with a couple of very interesting and cryptic elements to this season, and some of the progression that we're going to see on the star chart vendor this season will come in the form of some pretty interesting quest strands. So there are various quests that can pop up called Cryptic Quatrains. There appears to be a normal version of these, as well as a second and third phase, which are going to drop kind of individually. And we can see here from Cryptic Quatrains 2 that you essentially get a bit of a riddle, which will tip us off as to a location. So it reads, the red ground of Nessus would soon be me grave. A column reached high into alien hue. Though cistern did beckon, no water it gave. At pyramid's imprint, I sought to pass through. A riddle written on seawater stained parchment. And so these are essentially guiding us to certain locations in the game. And like I said, there are 3 different main steps to this quest. The first couple of steps will lead us to buried treasure, and that's shown in the database with this kind of legendary icon right there. And then the final set of cryptic instructions for Cryptic Quatrains 3 eventually leads us to a buried exotic accessory. And so basically when we find that treasure, it gives us this accessory unlock, which we can use to get an exotic sparrow from the vendor, and this is called Charge of Light. We can see the source right there is Cryptic Quatrains 3. So obviously the main challenge is leveling up the star chart vendor, getting the beacon unlocks required to find some of those bits of treasure, and then following the cryptic location instructions. But my buddy Jarv should be posting a video with all of the locations for those soon, so once it's completed I will link that video down below. The final thing to touch on though, in terms of more secrets, and JP Deathblade tweeted, spoiler alert of course, but there is a new vendor apparently in the database. Currently there isn't any specific information in the API, but the files referenced are essentially icons, reward packages, and vendor upgrades with this unique kind of theme, and we can see that main logo there. The green one is actually the vendor icon. There also appear to be some tokens and quest steps associated with this vendor. So that's really interesting, could potentially be a Kingsfall related vendor, the kind of cash vendor that raids get, or an upcoming event thing of some sort. Not typically what we'd expect to see for something like Festival of the Lost, which we will see this season, but very obviously this is a vendor for an upcoming event or piece of content, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. However, for this video, guys, that's everything that we have to break down. There's going to be a lot more Destiny content, though, in the next few days, so be sure to get subscribed on the channel once again, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any content. Plus, if you've enjoyed the video, a rating down below really does help us out. But otherwise for today, I hope you guys are having fun with Season 18. Give us your thoughts in the comment section, and otherwise, I'll catch you guys very soon.